I'd like to dedicate this video to Victoria Valentine and the other Playboy alumni that's up in Philly right now protesting the release of Cosby, overturned on a technicality, sadly, which now explains why he went to prison, because I thought there's no way with his money he's actually going to show up, and go to prison. But they had this planned all along because his lawyers knew there was a glitch and a technicality, and they'd probably get him off. Money talks, and we know how that goes. So God bless you, girls. My heart goes out to you. All right, let's backtrack to November 1976. I'm at the Playboy Mansion. It's a Sunday barbecue. Weather's nice, sitting outside. I'm at a table with my friends. I look over and I see my new, fresh-faced, sweet, naive new roommate, Nancy, being cornered by Bill Cosby. So I excuse myself from the table, make a beeline over there, intercept the conversation just in the nick of time to hear Cosby tell Nancy, "Oh, I'm opening at the Hilton Hotel next Friday, November 21st. And out of my mouth, without even thinking, because you know how close you are to your kids, I pop up with, "Oh, that's my son's 10th birthday." And of course, he comes back with the inevitable, "Oh, great, bring him, and you girls have to come. Bring both your roommates. Yes, that'll be lovely." So I go, "Okay, we'll think about it." So the week goes on, and I talk to the girls, and I said, "Listen, it's Hollywood. Nothing's for free here. I mean, we're not going to have to pay money for anything, and we'll be staying in the suite, but you're going to have to be on your toes. Keep your eyes open, and please, let's get through this, okay? For my son's sake, I'm letting us be exposed to this situation." I didn't realize it was going to be what it turned out to be. Okay, so the way I rationalized and justified this trip was, one, my son would never have this opportunity again, but two, I thought for sure we'd be safe because I knew how the penthouse was set up because my girlfriend had dated Elvis. So I knew the primary bedroom is on one side of the top floor, and I know there's 3 other bedrooms on the other side of the hall. So I figured we're each going to have a bedroom. We'll be fine. We'll stick together. There's 3 of us. Okay. We get there. We check in the hotel. We go in, say hi, have a drink, sit at the dining table, and they have staff at the penthouse, so we get served a nice dinner, and then we all get ready to go out. So I put my son to bed. The staff's going to keep an eye on him. 3 of us go with Cos down through the kitchen, out the back door, into the showroom at the Hilton, and go get our table. Okay, so whatever. And then after that, we go out. So Ben Vereen joins us. We all pile in a limo, I think, and we go to the Jubilee nightclub. I believe Paul Anka owned it. So there's Cosby and Ben Vereen, me, Sandy, Nancy. Well, it doesn't take long, no surprise. Cosby's got his arm around Nancy. He's pulling her chair closer to his. And they're having drinks, and she's acting drunk. He's getting her out on the dance floor now, so we can't even talk to her. And I'm getting a little worried. She's just acting a little weird, a little tipsy, and he's just coming in, full court press. So I said to Sandy, I go, we've got to get her away from him. I mean, he's just hovering, and he's pushed her right next to him away from us. So we're going, how are we going to do that? I mean, look at, he's got the chairs pulled away from the table. All right, so after a few drinks, we all get up and leave, and we go back to the hotel. And Sandy went to bed. I checked on my son, and then I went back in the living room. Oh, we know where Nancy went. And I played pinball for a little while with Ben Vereen. He was a gentleman. And then I was tired. It was a long drive, 4 hours from LA to Vegas. So I politely said goodnight to him, and I went to my room. Next morning at breakfast, Sandy, of course, informs me Nancy hasn't come to her room. And I'm a little bit worried. Nothing I can do at that point. And Cosby takes my son with him and goes to, I guess, the arcade at the MGM and around, gets him a tennis racket, gets a t-shirt with a picture of the two of them on it. He's having a good time, I guess. And Sandy and I are sitting out on the top floor of the Hilton sunbathing because there's a deck on the penthouse floor. About 4:30 in the afternoon, Nancy comes wandering out looking like the cat just dragged her in. Her hair is a mess, she's a mess, she can't keep her eyes are half shut. And she's groggy, of course, and mumbling, and doesn't even know where she's at. And says, I'm going back to bed. All right, so she goes back to bed. We don't have to be ready again for that night and for a few hours, so she gets some more rest. We finally all get ready again to go out. Cosby takes my son with him to go to his show and puts him up in the light booth, which he totally enjoyed. And the three of us lined up like three little soldiers by the front door in the hallway because we're going to go to the Tom Jones show. He gives Sandy $100, I'm assuming, for the tip for the show. Nancy's eyes pop open. I don't think she's ever seen a $100 bill. And we go down to I think Caesar's is where Tom was, and we walk up to the maitre d' and we say, we have a reservation under Bill Cosby. And the maitre d' says to Nancy, and who might you be? And instead of giving her name, she goes, his sister. Poor thing. Anyway, long story short, watch the show, it's great. Sandy loves Tom Jones. Have a good time. I'm still a little uptight about what's going on, what we're going to do about it. So now we go back to the dining room at the Hilton. And there is my son sitting there with Rich Little and Cosby and a big, what do you call it, little cream puff, like a little Christmas tree, birthday cake thing. So we sit down and we're all going to have dinner. Cosby has now said to Sandy, tonight is your turn. She's not having it. She's from Pennsylvania. She's got a little street smarts. I don't know what she said to him, but it totally pissed him off, okay? So after dinner, nobody's talking, and we all go back to the room and to the hotel. And thankfully, that was the end of that night. Now the next morning comes. Cosby's really pissed. He's such a baby. He can't even talk to us because he's pretty pissed. He can't handle rejection. I mean, he's an animal. So he's not talking. He's just slouched over on the chair in the living room in his jogging suit, looking like an idiot. And I came in from outside, and I surveyed the situation, and I went to the girls and I said, you guys, we gotta get out of here, okay? So let's go pack up, shall we? And get Nancy out of here too. And Sandy's uncomfortable because she's turned him down last night. Holy crap, I don't think that's ever happened. Well, it doesn't usually because he drugs you, so you don't have a choice. So we all got out of there, went into the hallway. He was in the hallway. All three of us lined up again. He says, we say goodbye. And then he gets to me, puts his hand on my arm, leans in, and he goes, Diane, I'll call you in LA. Right, 3 out of 3. Let's see. Okay, so drive home, nobody talks. Everybody's like in a daze of what just happened. Of course, my phone rings shortly thereafter. Oh, your son, I gave him a tennis racket. He would be good at tennis. I would like to give him some tennis lessons. And okay, I've been around. I know where that goes. So I say thanks, but no thanks. See what happens next. Oh, then I'd been on a Bob Hope show and it aired on the East Coast first. So he calls me from his house in Philadelphia to tell me that he saw my show on Bob Hope. Okay, and you look pretty. Okay, thanks, bye. And then one more phone call. At that point I said, I'm dating Hugh O'Brien and I'm just not interested, and see ya. So I thought that would be the end. One more phone call comes. This is what kind of an ego this man has. The fact that he didn't get his way out of 3. He only got his way with 1, so there was 2 left. So, oh my God, we got a free weekend and at his free hotel, and he wants to be repaid for that, is how I'm reading this, because he instructs me that we are to go to the store and get him this fancy schmancy coffee pot thing for Christmas, for a Christmas present to him. And we are to take that to his office. Right. Rot in hell, Bill Cosby.